What is happening, everyone, and welcome back to Shady Spotlight. The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we. We're diving headfirst into the most talked about stories, the ones you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Get ready for some major updates that have everyone buzzing. From deeply personal reflections to viral moments, we've got it all covered. First up, a pop icon is getting candid about her personal life, sharing incredibly raw insights into her past struggles and current healing. This is a conversation that's hitting hard and making waves across the internet. You're going to want to hear every word of this deeply personal revelation. Then, we're switching gears to something completely different, but equally captivating. Get ready for an update that's capturing attention for its boldness and vulnerability. We're talking about a star who's not holding back, sharing intimate details that are sparking conversations everywhere. You won't want to miss this intimate look into a life under the spotlight. And that's not all. We've got even more to unpack. Stick around as we break down the latest happenings that have the world talking. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you don't miss a single update. Let's get into it. A pop icon's raw confession: marriage as a fake distraction. This story dives into the deeply personal reflections of a global music superstar, Britney Spears, who has recently opened up about the most challenging periods of her life. Spears took to Instagram to share a candid and vulnerable message, detailing her emotional journey during the years she was estranged from her two sons, Sean and Jaden. She revealed that her marriage to Sam Asghari, which occurred during this difficult time, felt like a fake distraction designed to help her cope with the immense pain of being separated from her children. Spears described this period as the hardest years of my life, emphasizing the profound impact of being unable to contact her sons. She explained that her coping mechanism was a mix of denial and tears, highlighting the emotional toll the estrangement took. The singer shared that her marriage, while legally binding, provided a semblance of normalcy or an escape from the overwhelming reality of her situation. She candidly admitted that during this time, her home, which she once loved, was filled with too much abuse and trauma, suggesting that the marriage was a way to navigate these difficult circumstances. Spears also touched upon her ongoing healing process, describing a newfound hunger for life and a reclaiming of her own body. She expressed gratitude for simple things like food, likening the experience to a child or baby tasting things for the first time, signifying a return to basic needs and pleasures. This introspection comes after her divorce from Sam Asghari was finalized, adding another layer to her reflections on past relationships and personal growth. The post, accompanied by a revealing photo, signifies a step in her journey of self-acceptance and owning her narrative. She expressed a desire to move past the trauma and embrace a more authentic self, stating her intention to eat cookies and cream ice cream as a simple act of self-care and joy. The star also mentioned a recent reunion with her youngest son, Jaden, indicating a mending of their relationship and a step towards reconciliation. Audience impact. Fans have flooded social media with messages of support and concern, resonating with Spears' vulnerability and her candid discussion of past trauma and healing. Stay tuned, because the raw honesty doesn't stop there. Next, we're diving into another story that's got everyone talking about personal expression and public perception. Pop icon's bold Instagram update sparks fan concern. Global music sensation, Britney Spears has once again captured attention with a series of striking posts on her Instagram account, leading to a renewed wave of concern among her dedicated fanbase. The Gimme More singer shared intimate and personal content, including a revealing photograph where she appears to be completely nude, save for knee-high boots and a strategically placed rose emoji covering her. This particular image, posted without a caption, garnered significant attention, receiving over 200,000 likes within a mere 14 hours, though comments were turned off, preventing immediate public reaction on that specific post. The accompanying lengthy caption delved into deeply personal territory, with Spears reflecting on what she described as the hardest years of my life, specifically referencing the 3 years she was estranged from her sons, Sean and Jaden. She confessed that her marriage to Sam Asghari during that period felt like a fake distraction from her emotional turmoil and the trauma she experienced. Spears articulated her healing process, noting a return of hunger, both literally for food and metaphorically for life, describing eating as a profoundly new experience. She expressed gratitude for simple pleasures and a desire to reclaim ownership of her body and her narrative, stating, "Today, I thank Jesus for food it feel like telling others no owning my body and letting them really know where I am from." This candid sharing comes in the wake of her divorce from Sam Asghari being finalized earlier this year, adding context to her reflections on past relationships and personal struggles. Spears' recent social media activity has been a mix of personal revelations and artistic expression, including videos of her dancing and singing. However, one particular video shared recently, showing her dancing in a cluttered room with visible messes, including what appeared to be dog feces on the floor, had fans expressing significant worry about her well-being and living environment. The juxtaposition of her personal confessions and these vivid glimpses into her daily life has fueled a polarized discussion among fans and observers regarding her current state and public persona. Audience impact. Fans are divided, with some expressing deep concern for Spears' well-being and others championing her bravery in sharing her personal journey and reclaiming her autonomy online. But the conversation around personal expression and public perception isn't over yet. Get ready for another story that's making headlines for its bold statements. Britney Spears' latest Instagram post, a bold statement or a cry for help. Pop music icon Britney Spears continues to be a significant presence on social media, and her recent Instagram activity has once again ignited widespread discussion and concern among her followers. Known for her often unfiltered and sometimes controversial online presence, Spears recently shared a photograph that left very little to the imagination. In the image, the toxic singer is depicted with her arms raised, her back to the camera, standing in what appears to be a steam room or sauna. She is wearing only knee-high black boots, with her long blonde hair cascading down her back. A small rose emoji is used to discreetly cover her private parts, a detail noted by media outlets reporting on the post. According to reports, this particular image was shared without any accompanying caption, a departure from her more recent trend of lengthy personal disclosures. Despite the lack of text, the photo quickly garnered substantial engagement, accumulating over 200,000 likes in less than 14 hours, although comments were disabled on the post. This visual statement follows a period where Spears has been actively sharing various aspects of her life, including clips of herself singing, dancing, and modeling different outfits. However, her online persona has been a subject of intense public scrutiny, particularly after a video posted on August 18th, where she was seen dancing in her home while singing Rihanna's Unfaithful. What drew significant attention and concern in that video was the state of her living environment, which appeared cluttered, with dogs visible, and what observers identified as potential dog feces on the floor. This stark contrast between her public performances and the glimpses into her private space has led many fans to express worry about her overall well-being and living conditions. The combination of her candid personal confessions, such as calling her marriage to Sam Asghari a fake distraction from her estrangement from her sons, and these visually striking, sometimes unsettling, social media posts, has created a complex narrative around Spears' current mental state and her approach to navigating life in the public eye. The public remains captivated and concerned, eagerly awaiting further insights or clarifications. Audience impact. Fans and media alike are closely analyzing Spears' social media activity, with a strong undercurrent of concern for her mental health and a desire for her to find peace and stability. We're keeping a close eye on the unfolding narratives surrounding public figures. Next up, we have another story that's making waves with its candid revelations. Britney Spears reflects on marriage, sons, and healing in candid post. Global pop superstar Britney Spears has recently offered a deeply personal and revealing look into her life, sharing candid reflections on her past struggles, her estranged relationship with her sons, and her marriage to Sam Asghari. In a lengthy Instagram post, Spears described the years she was separated from her sons, Sean and Jaden, as the hardest years of my life. She detailed the profound pain of being cut off from communication, stating, I was cut off from calling or texting, and I remember in shock my secret to survival was denial and a lot of tears. It was during this period of intense emotional turmoil that Spears married Sam Asghari in June 2022. Looking back, she characterized the marriage as a fake distraction, suggesting it served as a coping mechanism to deal with the overwhelming grief and trauma of her situation. Spears articulated that while she loved her home, it was also filled with too much abuse and trauma, implying that the marriage was a way to navigate these difficult circumstances. The singer also shared her ongoing healing journey, describing a renewed sense of vitality and a reclaiming of her body. She expressed a profound appreciation for simple pleasures, like food, stating, "I know I am healing BC, I am hungry again like a child or baby. I believe although I loved my home there is too much abuse and trauma in there. Today I thank Jesus for food it feel like telling others no, owning my body, and letting them really know where I am from." This introspection comes after her divorce from Asghari was finalized in May 2024, adding a layer of finality to her reflections on their past relationship. Spears also shared a positive update about mending her relationship with her youngest son, Jaden, recounting a recent reunion and bonding moment. The post, which included a photo of her back, signifies a step towards embracing her healing and owning her personal narrative. The star's openness about her vulnerabilities and her journey toward self-acceptance continues to resonate with fans who have responded with a mixture of support and concern. Audience impact. Fans are actively engaging with Spears' posts, offering messages of encouragement and relating to her candid discussion of personal hardship and the process of healing. That's a wrap on our deep dives for today. But before we go, let's quickly recap the biggest stories. And that's a wrap on today's Shady Spotlight. We've seen Britney Spears get incredibly candid about her marriage and her sons, sparking a lot of conversation. We also saw her latest bold Instagram posts that have fans talking. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this episode illuminating. Subscribe to Shady Spotlight for all the breaking news and juicy details you can't get anywhere else. Ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts on these stories in the comments below, and make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms for even more behind-the-scenes content and updates. We'll see you in the next one.